All right, it's our final segment this morning on MorningLine. Christie Wilson's with us, real estate broker, taking your calls. Nice to have you on.
Nice to have you here.
Always
Time
fun seeing us.
on Open Line.
It does, doesn't it? It just takes off.
I know. Go, what?
It's an hour of live TV without a teleprompter.
That's
a lot
true.
of people come on this show and first time they're like, an hour of live TV, oh my God. And then it's over and they're like, wow, that was sweet.
Yeah,
Not
and it's
bad.
fun. You're just a great host. You make it fun, and so are your callers.
Well, yeah, the callers, but it's always great when you have a guest that knows what they're talking about. And that's most of the time. So let's go to Neil. Neil, good morning.
Yes.
Hi, Neil.
One of my comments was that I had wrote 4 contracts on 4 different pieces of property, and I had other people to come in and outbid me. And it's like the inventory is very limited.
Yes, you're correct.
Yeah, and so and then the rent has just went skyrocketed.
Yeah, well, he's right. Okay, what recommendation do you give to someone like Neil? All right, let's say they find a house, and you were talking about like your friend in Donaldson or Hermitage area who's got a home they bought. But let's say they put it on the market for $250 or $275. I guess the realtor, you're trying to think of what's the best way to go about doing this. All right, and you really like that house. So in this marketplace, are you saying if you want that, you need to offer more than they're asking?
Well, number one, you always need to align yourself with a really good agent who can give you strategy on getting it.
Because there's strategy involved.
It is all strategy right now. All good agents know what strategy to use. So a lot of times you're competing with the best agents out there. So if you're cash, that's so much better because you can waive the appraisal contingency. If you're getting a loan, you can waive it. But if, say you buy a house, it appraises for $250, you have a contract on it for $275. Let's say you bid up $25,000.
Gotcha.
It only appraises for $250. You as that buyer are going to have to somehow come up with $25 grand to bring, if you put that in the contract. There's so many people who will put that in the contract, so if you're writing your offer and can't fill that gap, they're going to take the other offer. And then you can waive the home inspection contingency, which always blows my mind. You know, I think the home inspection is such an important
You have to, because that's where you find out if there's carpenter ants or if there's structural issues. Yeah, I mean, you want to be safe.
Now you can buy it as is. You can make it contingent on a home inspection and still buy it as is, or if you write your contingency correctly, you can withdraw your contract with an unsatisfactory home inspection. But there are so many people coming in not asking for a home inspection. So I feel Neil's pain. We represent clients every day, you know, and you go up and there's 10, 15, 25 offers on these properties. But I don't know who your agent is, Neil, but align yourself with a really good one who can help you through that. It's a numbers game, and you don't give up. We have buyers who want to give up, and we're like, no, the right one is around the corner. We will stick in here with you and help you find it.
Hey, you're right about how important it is to have. I'm dealing with an agent with my folks' home out in Oregon, and she's great. By the way, just so folks know, typically if they hire, you know, obviously a reputable agent or a broker, how much does the broker take when the home sells?
So all commissions are negotiable. Typically the seller has negotiated the fee with the listing agent. So when I go to list a house, I sit down with the seller, go through the listing contract, which is a contract from me and the Wilson Group to be hired to sell their house. And then we put in the fee that we charge, and then we offer half of that fee, or typically we offer 3%. We always offer 3% to a buyer's agent.
To a buyer's agent. Okay, so so that's so it's like 6% usually?
Well, maybe it's 7%, maybe it's 6%, maybe it's 5%. Whatever the fee you negotiate with your seller is. You can't set commissions.
Okay, so does the person? Okay, meaning you negotiate that with the person selling the house?
That's right. When I'm going
like
into
if I'm selling a house, I'll ask you. Okay, I want to sell it, and I'd like, for instance, I think this property we're selling in Oregon, I think it's 6%. That's what it is. And so she'll sell the house. And then she'll share some of that with whoever.
With the buyer's agent, right.
If there's a buyer's agent.
That's right.
If there is one.
If there is one. If there's not one,
then she gets the whole thing. Okay. All right, let's go next to Tony. Hi, Tony.
Yeah, good morning, Nick.
Morning, Tony.
Nick, it's not too much being discussed on the housing situation here for us. The real estate people, the agents, which he probably belongs to. By the way, that's a little small woman. I met her before.
Little thing.
In her office.
I remember that, Tony. That's right. You came by.
That's right. Now, you know, every time they propose a deal for housing, the housing people in town, the real estate people always fight them. They always take them to court to civil suits and lawsuits and stuff. And I think it's some kind of political unfairness. Now, I've been looking for a home for about 3 years. Every time I run across one, the real estate agent comes with a ripoff. So it lets me believe in this very untrustworthy of them. I don't want to live where drug dealers across the street.
Sure. No, Tony's brought this up before. All right. Now, I think maybe what he's trying to refer to sometimes are there are efforts to try to set some things aside for more affordable housing. There's quality affordable housing. And whether it's developers or real estate agents, I think maybe more developers, there's some pushback on that because they have these properties and they want to sell it for the maximum amount as opposed to setting some aside that might be some affordable housing for people who can't afford a $500,000 500 square foot apartment.
Right.
All right. So what do you think of that?
It is a debate that, like you said, it keeps going back and forth. They tried to bring the affordable housing bill in 2 years ago, I believe, and they had all these experts come in where so many would be set out for affordable units. It was all kinds of things, and my understanding, I wasn't involved in this process at all, but Metro's wanting to put all the onus on the developers. The developers are going, hey, we're happy to help, but it's not fair to us to take all of the brunt of the cuts and our profits. And then Metro will say a different story. So it's that. And the unfortunate thing is, to Tony's point, is it's the people who need the housing who are at risk and who aren't being able to get it.
Yeah, they just can't.
Yeah,
he's been looking himself.
It's this, and I don't know if the answer is to go into other cities. I know we do those trips every year. The Metro does, and so does the Chamber of Commerce, where we go and study what other cities are doing successfully. So, for instance, the Chamber went to Minneapolis last year and had a really successful study mission on what they're doing. In their housing, Minneapolis, they own so much land downtown already because they had a big market crash in the 80s.
They bought things up.
So their government had already bought stuff up. So they were able to build all these really nice,
more affordable houses down there.
Whereas Nashville, it's always been market driven. We've never crashed that I recall being from here, where Metro has had to come in and buy up, acres of property. So it's a challenge. Your point is well stated, and I don't have an answer.
Yeah, okay, and fair enough. And you don't. We haven't crossed that, but the bottom line is affordable housing in the city is going to be very quickly a complete thing of the past, if it isn't already. And what I mean by affordable housing, as I said, something that someone on a reasonable middle-class income could afford.
Gosh, even $40,000 a year, it's hard to.
I mean, how much?
$40,000.
Yeah.
I mean, but think if you're making $20,000.
Forget it. Forget it.
And then, I mean, it's a huge conundrum because then the you have to have transportation
to come in,
get to your job, and then you want your kids in good schools. It's a quagmire.
There are so many angles to that. You're absolutely right.
Angles.
Let's go to Tiffany. Hi, Tiffany.
Hi there.
Hey, how can we help you?
Okay, I'm at the very bottom of the totem pole.
Okay.
I was on a job where I made $50,000 a year, but due to an accident, I now receive disability at $1,000 a month.
That's tough.
I've been priced not only out of the dream of purchasing a home, but I've been completely priced out of being able to get an affordable apartment because the waiting lists are 6 months to a year long.
Where are you living now?
I'm living with a friend.
Okay. Yeah, that's hard. So right now you really have no option based on your income and what's available, and you want to stay in Davidson County.
I want to stay in the state of Tennessee.
Okay.
I came here on a visit Christmas of '99, fell in love with Nashville, and was asked when was I going to come back. I said I didn't know because if I did, I wouldn't leave, and I've been here since.
Oh.
Fair enough. Okay, gosh, that's so hard. And you're on a waiting list right now for affordable housing.
Yes, and that's just to rent.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to purchase a home. In fact, I lived in East Nashville in 2005 and paid $625 a month for rent.
Yeah.
That is completely out of the question now.
Yeah, and even that, now finding an apartment for renting for that that's a pretty low. And I guess it comes down to, too, your resources are what they are, and you don't have many prospects for getting a higher income again since you lost your last job.
No, not at all.
And I'm sorry, that's hard. Well, you know, there are some just harsh realities based on her income and the waiting list. I don't know what other options she has.
I don't either, and I don't know if when she said any place in Tennessee, you know, maybe going east towards Cookeville, Crossville, where it is a little bit more affordable than Nashville.
Oh, and there are, well, in Tennessee, if you're talking about Tennessee as a whole, there are some very small towns where there are very, very, very affordable properties still to this day. But that's, she likes Nashville, and I understand why. You want to be near the city.
I do too, right.
And you wonder how many people are out there like her. And then you know there are thousands and thousands and waiting for some of this. So, I don't know, it's not just a problem for Nashville, it's a problem across the country, sometimes affordable housing as it goes. And just as we wrap things up then, at least you said we may be in not a bubble, but a small balloon. At some point, some air may come out of it. But you see right now the trend is continuing to spike. Pretty much?
I don't think spiking.
Okay, not spiking. Is it tapering off?
Yeah, I think we're in an upward incline, but it's not a spike.
Okay.
I feel we're sort of at normal appreciation rates. We've already spiked.
But if someone buys, let's say someone buys a property in the city for $300,000 last month, what can they sell it for in 6 months? I know there's a lot of variables there, but I mean, they're going to be able to sell it for more.
$800,000. No, I mean, if you can find a piece of property for $300,000 in the city, in all probability, you're going to tear it down and build. That's a lot. That's how it works out. Yeah.
Yeah. That's,
but if you hold on to it, you know, I think land value will continue to go up.
Yeah.
They're not making any more land. Supply and demand.
So. Especially here in the city where it's just.
And I just want to say, I really, really feel for people who are in the situation that so many of your listeners are, and I'm very, very hopeful that something gives on the affordable housing front and just workforce housing front, because it is a problem.
Talk to your lawmakers.
Huge issue right
Christie,
now.
You're awesome.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for coming on.
Being here.
We'll see you again soon. I enjoy having you. You're a great guest.
Thank you.
We'll be back, wrap things up right after this.